The NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Bracket Madness. We're giving away $5,000 in prizes. All you got to do is head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket. Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of the NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. No me, no the voice, no guy. It's me, really Round Villain Round Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. All right. A lot going on in NCAA tournament. Shout out to the VCU Rams. Duh. Now it was against North Carolina, and I also do like North Carolina, so it was kind of like a win-win, lose-lose there. But like, nonetheless, shout out to the Rams. Uh, a lot going on. I thought that I was cruising in a lock with the Cavs laying, what was it, 13 and a half? And then they gave up a 24-8 fourth quarter, and they are now up by 4 with 5 minutes to go. So that doesn't look like it's going my way. Lakers, however, are up 111, 102, 5:29 to go in the fourth. Uh, with my dog on the Lakers money line. So hopefully that goes. We got Lonte here with me again. Got a short slate here. Lonte, what's going on?
Not much, man. Ready to get to it. Let's get it.
Yeah, we're ready. What's the how's the bets going today, Lonte?
Lost the under on Orlando and Charlotte.
Oh yeah,
Um,
Hornets put up 130.
yeah, and I got the team totals for I got the team totals for forgot. I forgot who I parlayed, but no. You know what? I had Utah as my dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are up. I think 11 right now at home, which is that was an absurd number, but yeah, up 20 at half. So yeah, that's going.
I think we lost you cut out for a little bit.
Oh yeah,
Uh
but yeah, I had Utah as my dog. They're up 20 at half, so we'll see how that goes.
all right. Let's see right here. We'll get down to the slate in just a second, but I got to make sure everybody knows that Bracket Madness is going on. Sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket. Up to $5,000 in prizes given away, and also a $25,000 Survivor contest. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/survivor for March Madness. And if you're new to Splash, you can use that promo code SGPN50 to get up to $50 in bonus pick'em entries. All right, let's see here. First game up on the docket. We've got, I guess you could call it a rivalry game. New York Knicks on the road, kind of going up against the Brooklyn Nets. Knicks are laying 18 and a half, 215 and a half is the total. I seen Michael Porter Jr. come across injury report earlier today. I guess it looks like he is not going to be playing for the next 2 to 3 weeks, I think, with a hamstring injury. I'm pretty sure that's what I saw. So he's out. Ben Saraf is probable. We got Zaire Williams, who is questionable, and Noah Clowney, who is out. For the Knicks, Josh Hart out with a knee injury, and still no Miles McBride. Deuce McBride. Uh, I mean, I don't. Could there it be some like random get up spot with the Brooklyn Nets and they actually look like a competent team? Maybe, but like the Knicks beat this team. They haven't beaten the Knicks in forever. Yes, it's a large number to cover, and I kind of get it, but like at this point, good luck. I think the Nets are borderline unbettable. Definitely not any situation that at this point I feel really, really good with them, especially with no Michael Porter Jr. So like, it's pretty chalk for me to start the day off, but like this Knicks team already doesn't lose to the Nets, so now I just need them to go out there and have a perfect performance and blow them out. And I'd rather bet on that than bet on anything Brooklyn. So I will take the New York Knicks. Lonte.
Yeah, I like the Knicks as well. I mean, it's a pretty simple handicap with the way the Nets have been playing. They've had five straight where they've scored 100 or less. I mean, four straight where they haven't got to 100. Now they're missing Michael Porter Jr. I just don't see a way that they can get points on the board. The Knicks have been playing well, won four in a row. Weak schedule, but I mean they went. They're winning. I think they covered the game 14 and a half against Indiana. I think Indiana is a little bit better than what the Nets are putting out right now. So the Knicks have won and covered 5 straight against Brooklyn. I think they're 3-0 against them this year. None of those have been close. They've all been pretty much similar, like score wise. The Knicks have topped like 120 in each of those games, or I think or the last two at least. But I mean, I'm going Knicks here. I love their team total over as well, so I would go Knicks and their team total over.
All right. mm, as far as the full game total, I mean, I just is 50-50 at Brooklyn scores. I think they scored like 66 points last time. So I think I would probably lean more to a Brooklyn team total under, but uh yeah, pretty iffy. I think it could go team total over for the next team total under for the Nets. So it's kind of weird total there. All right, let's see here. Next game on the docket, we've got the Golden State Warriors on the road going to play the Detroit Pistons. Pistons laying 12 and a half. 233 and a half is the total. No Cade Cunningham, as he is going to be out for extended time with a, what was it, a punctured lung laceration, something like that.
Collapse lung.
Collapsed lung, yeah. He's going to be out until further notice. No beef stew still for the Warriors. No Curries. Sorry about that. No Curries. Moses Moody is out. You've got Quentin Post, who is a questionable for the game. That's going to be big. And LJ Cryer, who is probable. So I think this is just gonna, honestly, truly. Oh man, I feel like I'm really, really chalk to start the game, but I think Jalen Duren is going to be a monster in this game. I don't think that they're going to have a way to stop him, and so just automatically added that contribution to the fact of this Detroit Pistons team is still really good defensively, and I think the Warriors are so questionable on the offensive end at times that like that is nothing I want to have faith in. And they go out there, maybe they'll beat up on some of the bad teams. They also have a loss on the road to the Utah Jazz. Like, I think that this is a spot where the Pistons, hey, Cade's out. Cade's gonna be out for a while. Let's go out and show and prove that everybody thinks Boston is gonna come up and steal us for the 1 seed. That's all people been talking about. How Boston is only what, like 3.5 games back or something like that for the 1 seed, and how they could leapfrog the Detroit Pistons. I think Detroit's going to go out there and show them, like, hey, no, that's not happening. And yes, we love when Cade's playing, but we're still a really good team without him. I think they BTA, belt to ass, the Golden State Warriors. I like the Detroit Pistons lay the big number. I think they're still going to look good and look like a team, whereas the Warriors completely are out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't totally disagree with you. You know, want to give shout out to K. Quick recovery for K. That collapsed lung is a beast. There's a couple of athletes that
Yeah,
have had
yeah.
it over the past, but they've bounced back pretty well from it. So hopefully he just needs some time to let it, rock out. But uh, yeah, I mean, I would probably go the other way. It's not something that I love, but Detroit's even with Cade, they have been winning but not covering. I mean, they've not covered in 7 of their last 10. The Warriors aren't a team that I'm willing to put my money on, especially without Steph in the lineup, and they're like shuffling, trying to find out who's playing for them or who's going to contribute is just kind of a weird thing to do. And this late in the season, you want to not bet on these teams and expect bad teams to do good things. So I mean, if I had to, I would put a small bet on the Warriors, but I think you're onto something with the Detroit offense. Like I said, we talked about it yesterday. I mean, I think their ball movement and allowing those other guys to kind of get in the flow of the offense opens up a lot more for Durham because Cade's a ball dominant player, so the defense is kind of set. And now when those other guys are moving around, it's allowed him to have more space. So I would look at a Detroit team total over more than anything. But if I had to put something on it, it would be the Warriors plus the big number.
So, gosh, I'm fighting a little cold here. So, yeah, I guess there hasn't been their moments when they cover, but like they've had their moments, and they've looked good. Uh, beat Chicago 113. 145, yeah, just there. I see what you're saying. 127 and 112 to the Indiana Pacers, 117.95 to the Wizards, 112, 104 to New Orleans. So, and then what's this? A 90, a 108, 93, all no K Cunningham. So yeah, it's been kind of hanging around there. Uh, I think the lines are large enough. I think it's 13 points. I could see them kind of start to pull away here. Just need them to finish out. Maybe if a first half line is probably something more interesting because I do think that they're going to come out and just really impose their will and show that, hey, we're still a really good team without Cade. So, all right, we're on the opposite sides of that one. 223.5 is the total.
Yeah, I would just go with the Detroit team total over. I don't really trust the offense for the Warriors. Honestly, if you want to just do a reverse correlated parlay, you could probably parlay the team total over and then the full game under. I just don't trust the Warriors offense.
Yeah, I have no faith in the Warriors putting up points. Again, I would just play it Warriors team total under and say that they struggle to get to 100 here. But yeah, I am on the Detroit side of this. I think they'll be able to score. They'll be fine. Jalen Duran, load me up for all the Jalen Duran props again. All right. Let's see here. Next game up, we've got the Boston Celtics on the road going to play the Memphis Grizzlies. Grizzlies coming off of a win against the who was it? Denver? Oh yeah, definitely Denver. Duh. And so 14 and a half is total here for Boston. 227 and a half is total. I'm sorry, 14 and a half is what Boston is laying. Minus 14 and a half on the road. 227 and a half is the total. Let's see here. Injury report, and we have for the Celtics, it looks like Vucevic still out. That's the only thing on the injury report. Of course, Ja Morant's out. Brandon Clark's out. You've got Taj Gibson, who has a doubtful on him, and Gigi Jackson is also doubtful for the game. So Ty Jerome, Cedric Howard, and company going up against Boston. Hmm. I mean, I hate to say it, but like Memphis is coming off a win, Lonte. Just kind of seems like a oh yeah, nice little bounce back spot. And remind us that this Memphis team really isn't actually like good. Don't think they're good. They have been competitive in some of these games, but they've also really, really like let some things down by the wire, blew some leads in a couple of games. I think it was either the Philly or the Dallas game that they had a pretty big lead and blew it. Lost 132 to 107 to Chicago recently. Uh it's really hard for me to look anywhere else than Boston if I were to bet this game.
Yeah, I like Boston. I think this coincides with a game later on that we're going to talk about. Simply just from two opposite ends of the spectrums. I mean, the Grizzlies coming off a win, they are not incentivized to win. Celtics playing well. I mean, they've won three of their last five. They've covered three of those as well. Just the two games that they lost were to two of the best teams in the league, which was San Antonio and OKC. They got blew out by San Antonio. And I mean, I think that's to be expected in the spot that they were in. They held OKC to 104 points. I think that was that Shea game winner, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe that was a different version. I don't know. Either way, they played them really tough. They're really good on the road. 20 and 13 ATS. JT and JT and JB moved into 9 and 10 on the top 10 for the Boston Celtics scoring. So that's a crazy um, that's a crazy accomplishment for both of those guys. But yeah, I think they carried it. I carried them momentum on the road. They've dominated this team. They've won four straight, won and covered four straight against them. Bad matchup. The Grizzlies don't have wings. JT and JV should dominate. So I like the Celtics. I would play their team total over as well. And if you're into that team to score 103 quarters, I think Celtics prime candidate for that.
I agree. Going to that team total over 100%. This Memphis team, horrible defensively, bottom five. Last 5 games, bottom five for honestly, it seems like a good majority of the whole after the All Star break here. So uh, I expect good things to happen here for the Boston Celtics. Unfortunately, we'll see if Memphis has a random Ty Jerome scoring day or something that can keep them in this one, but I doubt it. All right, before we get to the next game of the slate, however, gotta talk to the people about Kalshi. You can get over there, legal in all 50 states, and you can trade all of your favorite sports. And they're giving away $1 billion for the perfect bracket, no purchase necessary. Uh, Enter over there on the website. Official rules apply at Kalshi.com/billion-dollar-bracket. And hey, new Kalshi customers, this is really what you need to know. New Kalshi customers get $20 when they use that promo code SGPN. That is Kalshi, Kalshi, promo code SGPN. And we're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Get out there and pick higher or lower your favorite players' fantasy stats. You can win up to 3.2x for 2-pick injuries, 6.5x for 3-pick injuries, and it'll go all the way up to like 5,000x if you keep adding more and more players. Get out there and get a chance to win. Underdog has a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5, get $50 in bonus funds when you use that sign-up code NBASGPN. Next up, Portland on the road going to play the Minnesota Timberwolves. Timberwolves laying 3.5. 229.5 is the total. Injury report for the Minnesota Timberwolves, and they're laying this number. It's got to mean one thing. And Naz Reid, questionable. Anthony Edwards, still out. Shady and Sharp is out, and yeah, that's pretty much it. All right. So I think that one, you have a Minnesota team, no Anthony Edwards, laying 3.5. I already don't trust them as a favorite. Much like another team that I don't trust as a favorite that we'll be talking to. And so you really get me hard pressed to like buy into taking this team in too many different spots. They have been playing better. They have been getting wins, even without Ant. I just I just think the luck is going to run out. At some point, the luck runs out. And Timberwolves are just never a team that I've felt good betting at any point this season. And I do it here or there. It doesn't typically go well for me. I'd rather just continue to just keep fading them and say that, hey, at some point they stumble here, but they have gotten yes, they handled the Utah Jazz as they should, but that win against the Phoenix Suns I thought was very impressive without Julius Randle. So looks like things are a little bit up for this Minnesota team right now, Lonte.
Yeah, I like Minnesota. I like the way they've been playing over the past few games without Ant. Their defense has still stayed the course, and I think that's going to be the big that was the big selling part for me in the game. I mean, at 2.5, you're saying that basically you're essentially saying that Timberwolves are the better team without Ant, and I think that's
It's 3.5 now, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's about pick. I think. Yeah, I mean, I just don't think it's that much of a I mean, I think it's a bigger difference than what the odds are indicating. So I like the Timberwolves here. I think the defense will run things. Trailblazers can't really shoot it from three. They're more physical on the interior, and I think that Rudy will be able to kind of withstand some of that physicality. Randall also has been playing well since Ant went down. They're at home, which they typically play well. McDaniels is going to do. I'm hoping Naz Reid does play because that adds another offensive weapon. They don't really have a ton of offensive weapons without Ant, so I'm hoping that Naz Reid gets ruled in. I'm guessing that might be why it ticked up a little bit. But yeah, I like Minnesota at home. They're a good home team. They've been playing well without Ant. They need this one, so I'm going to go with the Timberwolves.
Minnesota and Portland have both the same record. Minnesota at home, Portland on the road. Both of them are 16-20 in those situations. Uh, yeah, you just can't get me to 23-33 as a favorite. I'm sorry. You just can't get me to buy into this Minnesota team whenever they have the expectation like this. And Portland's a good dog. I like this team. I'd rather take them and say Drew Holiday keeps the defense in the game and Avdia just has a day. So I like Portland plus points. I think they go into Minnesota, get a win. 229.5 is the total. It's actually gone up 2 points. Interesting.
Yeah, I disagree. I like the under. I think both teams are defensive led. Not a lot of shot creation from the Minnesota side, and that bodes well for the Trailblazers, who are big in the paint. So they're going to wall up unless we see a lot of free throws. But I can kind of see a free throw fest with both teams fouling a lot. So I could probably see that, but I'm going to go to the side where I think both defenses kind of control the game and the refs allow them to play. So I would go under 229. It could probably be like 105, 10. It could be 105, 100, something like that.
All right. Yeah, I get what you're saying, and I feel like I like that angle, but it just doesn't all the way sit right, especially because I like Portland. So I think that Portland probably could actually do their little bit part of the scoring here. I'm 50-50, I'm not gonna lie. Minnesota team total under sounds decent though. I would look into that. Might get active with that. Where are we at? Atlanta on the road going to play the Houston Rockets. Rockets are now laying 4.5. 226.5 is the total. And yes, the Houston Rockets laying points. I mean, let's just go ahead and start there. The injury report for these two teams, and we have wait. There we go. Jonathan Kuminga out for this game, and then no Jashawn Tate for the Rockets. Yeah, the Rockets have just been uninspiring. I'm sorry. It's been uninspiring basketball. I've kind of already seen this team for what they are. Shout out to the Lakers for getting the dub tonight and getting the dub the game before that. Like the Rockets just have not been able to get it done. They constantly underperform against teams that they probably should beat and actually handle in competition. That Pelicans game very recently sticks out in the mind of this Rockets team doing what the Rockets do. And so I really don't care. And I think Atlanta is actually a really good team. They have something that they're playing for. They're going out there and they're competitive. They can play physical. They can play fast. Quinn Snyder has that offense going. And so if Quinn Snyder is able to keep that offense rolling against this Houston Rockets team, yeah, they're 100% going to be in this game. I am concerned because I think that this is a horrible matchup for CJ McCollum. And when CJ McCollum is bad, he can absolutely tank a team. However, I'd rather take the dog because I'm not going to lay points with the Rockets. So give me Atlanta plus the points.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty simple. Atlanta is you bet on streaks, you don't bet against. They've been on a tear as of late,
Wait,
and you
you
talked
cut
about
out
the
there,
offense. I
Lonte.
think the defense is. Yeah, I like Atlanta in the game. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Keep going.
Yeah, I like Atlanta in the game. I mean, I just think that you bet on streaks, not against them, and they've been excellent. You talked about the offense. I think the defense has been really stepped up. And if I'm looking at it from a perspective of, what the Lakers did to the Rockets, the Lakers are old, slow. They don't have a lot of athleticism, and then you bring in Atlanta, who has a crazy athletic front line. They have multiple on-ball defenders. They got rim protectors, which is going to prevent those guys from getting to the rim. They don't have a lot of shooters. The Rockets, like the Lakers, laid out the blueprint for them. So I think that bodes well here. I think Atlanta wins the game outright. I like the Hawks to get it done.
All right. Totals at 226.5. I mean, I can sell myself on Atlanta team total over. Um, Not 100% there on the Rocket side of the ball, but I could see if Atlanta wins this game, I think that's how they win is that Quinn Snyder just coaches that offense up and they're able to score even on Ime Udoka's defense. So I'm on, I guess, over to be honest, but more on the Hawk side of the ball.
Yeah, I like under. I just think that the Hawks defense is still getting undervalued a little bit, and it's a good matchup for them. Rockets are going to have to make a lot of threes. I don't think they're. I mean, they've shown they're not that type of team. So I'll go under. Although the Rockets defense is probably not as bad as the numbers indicate as of late, but I mean, I'm worried about what that front line will do to that Rockets offense because I mean the way that JJ schemed them up, I'm pretty sure Quinn and his staff like looked that up and probably going to do a little bit more damage with their athleticism and length. So I'm going to go under.
All right. Denver on the road going to play the Toronto Raptors. I'm sorry, Denver's at home. Welcoming the Toronto Raptors. Denver's laying 6.5 to 34.5 is the total. So Calamari Boyles is a doubtful, which is honestly an upgrade. And no Peyton Watson still for the Denver Nuggets. Well, I mean, yeah, it's a really good get back spot, get right spot. You just lost at home to this Grizzlies team. You know you're better than them. You kind of lock in for a Raptors team that's still 10 games above 500 in the playoffs, like over there in the East. You can take this team seriously. I think that they can give the Raptors a little bit some of the respect. I feel like it was at one point that the Raptors actually had some really good games against Denver, but I think that's slowed down now. Um, well, they kept it. Well, no, Denver was catching 1.5. This must have been. I'm sorry, they were catching 7 against the Raptors. One of these games must have been when Jokic was out, and they got Denver still got the win 106, 103. So I'm gonna take Denver here. I'll lay the number. I think they'll be fine. Team's getting healthier, and they're just gonna be looking for some serious revenge because they just lost to this just lost to this Grizzlies team that they had no business losing that game to.
Yeah, 100% agree. This is the game that I was talking about with Memphis. I think it's the counter argument for it. They did drop the game they weren't supposed to. Um, and somebody actually just took my thunder. Yeah, Raptors. They don't play good against good teams. They typically play well against. They beat up on bad teams, and to the middling teams they play okay. Uh, but like Denver should destroy them. And they got to get some kind of momentum going into the postseason because they are not playing well at all. They've been too streaky. But the Raptors' lack of size is going to dictate why Denver, has success here. I think they should give the ball to Joker and have him, give him the ball and have him take 40 shots because they have no answer for him at all. So I mean, nobody does, but you get what I mean. What I mean.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I'm going with Denver here. I think they win in a big fashion, in a big way.
All right. 234.5 is the total. Well, I like Denver team total over. I will say that
Yeah,
much.
me too.
I
Yeah.
think I think this is the big response offensively. I agree with you. All
Yep.
right,
100%.
Lonte, get ready. We're unlocking dog after I talk to the people about rhythm. Make sure you're tapping in with Rhythm for the college basketball tournament, March Madness NCAA tournament going on. Last year, Rhythm had a user that went 25-2 in his bracket, thanks to Rhythm's model. So make sure you go check them out. Use that promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm, use that promo code SGPN25. We're also good brought to you by Novig, America's #1 sports prediction market. And you're getting the best prices on the market with Novig, something at a traditional sports book. Maybe it's minus 110, minus 115, something like that. You can find it for way better odds over there at Novig. Make sure you go check them out. Download the Novig app and get $50 when you spend $5 when you use that promo code SGPN. Again, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Merch Madness, 15% off everything in our merch store. Use that promo code MARCH over there in our merch store, store.sportsgamblingpodcast.com. Oh, I'm sorry. No, sg.pn/store. That's sg.pn/store to get to that merch store. All right. Lonte, lock dog. What are you doing?
Yeah, for the lock, let's go with the Denver Nuggets. We just talked about it, -7.5. I like that a lot. And dog, let's go with +150 for Atlanta. I mean, I just think that they're a better team right now. And they should control this game at the end. So Atlanta +150.
All right. You know, I don't have that available to me. Uh, Very much was looking at Golden State team total under. mm, for my lock, let's go back. Let's go. Let's stay in that game. And I do have Nuggets team total over available to me. Let me check one more place and see if I have Warriors. But probably not because they just played. I mean, who was it? Pistons just played. Somebody just played. I feel like. Yeah, the Pistons just played. Um, yeah. Dang, I want that Warriors team total under. I think they're gonna play great defense. All right, I'll take Denver team total over 120 and a half. I think they get to 120 on this Raptors team pretty easily. So lock their dog. Who was your dog?
Hawks plus 150.
Hmm. Yeah, cool. That's fine. I'll take Portland. I will take Portland. I gave up a couple of cents taking the Lakers, and I should have just went ahead and did the alt line. And so I stole myself, cheated myself out of some bread. So I will do the oh gosh, I can't even do the alt line with the Blazers. Fine. Uh Give me a Blazers. And there's no props available. Okay, let's go out of that. No, scratch that. Scratch that off the list. Take that off the sheet. If you're following along, I'm sorry. Take that off the sheet. Let's go. Oh, I can't even do a Durham play. Hmm. Okay, wait. Go back. Put Portland back on the sheet. We are going to make a little bit of a parlay because I do think Portland's going to be able to score. Give me a Portland Trailblazers on the money line. Plus, they can get to. Wait, I can bring that down a little bit just to, sure myself. Feel good. There we go. Because 110, even number. I want an even number. There we go. 166. That's fine. 110 points. Portland gets the win. Denny Abdia has a game. Everybody's scoring well. Punch this Timberwolves team in the mouth. So I'll take the Portland team total over along with their money line plus 166. Feel good about Portland. I like this Portland team. All right. That's my dog. Now we're on Underdog. So, per usual, teams on a back to back, probably not available. Everybody else look like it's good to go.
Yeah,
Mm.
anything Joker, I like. Oh, higher. Anything that you can think of with Joker, I like it. Oh, higher.
Let me just do all PRA, I guess. Higher, 50 and a half. Pretty standard there. I do like the Joker plays. Let's see here. Let's go to Denny Abdia because I think he's going to have a good game. Even get to the line a bunch. Higher, 22 and a half points. And who else? Maybe one more. Jalen Brown. I could sell myself on.
Yeah, I like
Tyson.
JB and JT. I like both of them, but JB is probably the most beneficial one.
All right. Jalen Brown hired 25 and a half points. Denny Abdia hired 22 and a half points. And Jokic hired 50 and a half points, rebounds, and assists. Add an underdog, shake it up, and you're going to get 6.5x. $100 gets $650 over there at Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. Lonte, anything else for people before we get up out of here?
Everybody have a good weekend, man.
All right. And with that, he's at XXLonteXX. I'm at really real __. Make sure you give us a follow. What else? YouTube.com/NBA Gambling Podcast and 5-star rating and review wherever you get your podcasts, Apple, Spotify, it doesn't matter. And with that, that is it. Yeah, nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just gonna end it like this. We are